rightly as you said, week ni no proud to the super clash. You have to train come about House of Folk team ne KOTOKO. Department position by position. Why am I a topic? Ye de be re ni ye de be combine 11. Na goalkeeper no come House of Folk goalkeeper Benjamin Asare, right back come has left back come Kumasi Asante Kodoko Patrick Asiedu. And every ye ba be ye center back ni finfin ho. Say this season what check House of Folk arguably make me aka say House of Folk about the center back area omukra one of the best ewo Ghana has say omo 5 solid center backs are omo di omo compete this season ewo Ghana Premier League a team owo Kelvin Osesibe owo Abranti friend say Amofa Kunadu Yadom Michael Ewua ana Opon Afrane sa 5 players we nyina ni equally obia performance ewo soro enti so what Accra House of Folk omo 5 center backs omukra this time around now player bia coach Watara ebeyi ne say onkosi akan no sa player ne perform it. One major reason why at this season House of Folk and concede goals no the quality of more center back area enti wo hu one match na ye Calvin Osesibe and Amofa Nebo on bema excellent game eto de bia Amofa Michael Ewua excellent game Kunadu Yadom Calvin Osesibe excellent game enti every partnership bia House of Folk ebenya ewo mechiro ho no omutimi ma sa excellent game we expect from omu defenders no bakwaku among sa 5 center backs ewa Accra House of Folk no the most consistent center back Brante friend say Calvin Osesibe
okay
omu 5 ni nyina ya ade o on se Kunadu Yadom ye hye season asena enyo na ebo later na Kunadu Yadom apeke ye hye season asena ya Amofa by say Kunadu Yadom take over Michael Ewua ebeshem or performing na injuries kakra affect no kwetri by ucheki omo 5 center backs they were very consistent on the field of play the obekas and the performance was ropano Brante friend say Calvin Osesibe say offer Calvin Osesibe this season wama 24 games Ghana Premier League no abodi ama Accra House of Folk oyi Vision FC match omo ball no fie Young Apostles di omo ball no fie Dreams di omo ball no fie Bechem di omo call na where Calvin Osesibe PK went to me and see Akanya. Abranti away, I am very consistent for Accra House of Folk. Kwakuni 24 games our body ama House League, you know. Wamau 2,132 minutes. Among House of Folk players, play our more minutes this season, ya Calvin Osesibe. Wabo more minutes than every single House of Folk player. Sa oye goalkeeper, oye defender, oye midfielder, oye attacker. Calvin Osesibe na anya more minutes for Accra House of Folk. And the starting lineup percentage wise, 83%. So all games are Sediama House of Folk this season, 83%. It means majority of House of Folk matches, Calvin Osesibe Bobi. So to me, House of Folk center back area, the most consistent player, Calvin Osesibe. Oko Kumasi Asante Kodoko, Omo Ablo, Samba Unao, Anna Henry Ansu. These are the 3 main center backs Kumasi Asante Kodoko. Used this season. And it's a watch I guess 3 players we are to be honest. Kumasi Asante Kodoko in terms of individual qualities, in terms of the center back area, 3 players we age na one so pa. Omo performance was through. Se Ocha Kotoko mostly so be a feta. The 4 and 5 area and I said the 4 center pairing no Brante friend said Joseph Ablo and a Sambo no. Omo ne taiti a kind of Kumasi Asante Kodoko about the center back area hono and as a center back pair hona. Sa 2 players we no kwaku esoro omi very good excellent a form omunimbo understanding discipline composure organization leadership qualities sa ablone sambo now e de sa de be maw ba man Kumasi Asante Kodoko 3 center backs no they also so standard tall to me sambo now
okay
among these 3 sambo now and to me this season meka se also so e was ropa. And also so the most consistent center back. Ediama Kumasi Asante Kodoko. 26 games for KOTOKO in the Premier League, 2,340 minutes. The starting lineup percentage 90%. A Chelsea or type feature or the starting lineup of Kumasi Asante Kodoko with 1 assist. And to me, House of Folk center back 5, KOTOKO center back, Semi mienua. Me come in a bomb mienua. Me Kelvin Osesibe. Anna Samba will know.
Oh, Samba Osesibe.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Ana me you.
Okay. Then she say back four no. Kotoko 2 Hearts of Oak 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me yi sambo na oni osesi bi. As me 4 and 5. Ewo Hearts of Oak Kotoko. Center backs are more available.
Wow. You have a central midfield war Biggie. Center backs.
From Hearts of Oak from you share league in Arsenal. One player na consistency one side power. Kelvin Osayasibe. Kelvin Osayasibe in the sense that there were mistakes from the Hearts of Oak central defenders. So coach ni GDA our partnership anymore. What the coach does and it's obey back with him. No other for Ababeka Kelvin Osayasibe due to the performances. Until along the line, no Michael Ewan Ebo. You be on the Samuel Amufa. And so Ebabe boy. And in a Munano, Yababenya Kunedu Yadomono to Beka Kelvin Osayasibe. It's in all common aye dinino. It's a problem by the Hearts of Oak central defender. Coach is another technical team in the few say. They have a quality center back on consistent. That is the constant figure. The man had to focus. Kelvin Osayasibe. Into there are other players. You better try to make Kelvin home. It's a partnership in the far. A child brand anymore. Ball. And you have to focus this season. This season, I am sure. So be the league in Chibiano. Who be have to focus best players. A deal of first. Ayomu goalkeeper Benjamin Asai. Obo Benjamin Asai here. Nipo beboni din Kelvin Osayasibe. He's been consistent with quality performances, grade A performances for the Hearts of Oak team. It's the Monday mono. Was throw. It's me among the Hearts of Oak centre backs. Say ye pe ba ko de na gina honum. Near pe other players aka ne ho a. He's been that soldier on na gina chiro no consistent. Area ma Hearts of Oak boko no. On the part of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Asante Kotoko central defense. Na make about Kelvin Osayasibe now talked about consistency and quality performance. Samba Onel in Dongani, right from the Democracy Cup, and Abranti and announcing the presence of Ghana. So he has that kind of quality to Albebu Kumasi Asante Kotoko Bobo. It was also so, just like Kelvin Osayasibe Diano. Onuna Baba Bejine Chormaya that figure, constant figure for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Oni a block partnership, Omobo, na Nieme Kon kind of momo, consistently. Abloba be prior. Ablobe prior, no, he was still the man at the back. I only Jeremy Wodi the first, Edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Henry and Subai, Eba Bekan, Oba born there. When there were problems, no better be dinabano. They didn't think of changing a player for the Samba Unel because we be a washer league in the piano. And in the kind of quality of branch and the bar on board at a point, Kruha, Baby Albefabia. Now, man, for your comparison. So Ghana Premier League near the best central defender, wine. Samba Unel was among those names. And a man for a ball. So you pay the best central defender in the Ghana Premier League. A child branch and quality. Later, on it, Michael Sefa, everybody the central defense role for Asante Kotoko. He played it well. Even at the time, when Kotoko bought the back, he was the man and only Jinam, Edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko, only a block, any play, consistently. It is that player, he's giving you that kind of consistent performance, coupled with a grade A performances. It is a Kumasi Asante Kotoko from to central defenders. This isn't a case of any form of competition when it comes to the name of a Samba Unel. Ultimately, you've been fan to Tono. It's a honor so many come by 100%. I'll go for Samba Unel as that perfect fit for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ewe Chiriho and then Kelvin Osayasibe looking on also the performance of what Dynedy. And you have to focus Bobo.
Let us say we all agree, right?
100%.
That's fair. That's fair. So far, ye goalkeeper, ye 4 centre backs. 1 goalkeeper from Hearts, 4 defenders, 2 from Hearts, 2 from Kotoko. So far 5 in the Hearts of Oak 3, Kotoko 2, right? Yeah. Yamba Central.
And unim dear Samani fair with dear ye know, I conclude on social league dema between Hearts and Kotoko. Wamuna a consider fewer number of goals. A Hearts. So it shall say defensively in Ankasano or me strong than Kotoko as a stance now.
I agree.
So say ye defense and that has to folk goalkeeper any backline or more also same Kotoko a understandable when based on facts and figures BBA a bucket the year can say a 300 a 3 versus 2 against Kotoko.
You're right.
Kwakuyen come midfield kakra. Midfield my mention as free has of folk defensive midfield area. Defensive midfield area is a very sensitive position on the field of play. So we need a proper and a solid a defensive midfielder time be no defensive line exposed opponent at a foul so this season defensive midfield role of Accra House of Folk no o ma use players miensa wo Collins na boss aro ni bi Rafo Amponsa aboss aro ni bi ana Kwesi Asma eso so aboss aro no so this season House of Folk use 3 different defensive midfielders at the abo league no by what check sa 3 players na Collinson Rafo Amponsa Kwesi Asma among these 3 players so metimi operate as DM at the House of Folk this season no the Obeka say oye omo first choice in terms of regular play in terms of more minutes say oye available no oye fit nko o taibo no eye Collinson eba no kwakuna ni pan ni jimujidi because that time House of Folk elusu key players I was aro na sa defensive midfield no last season any Otanga na ebo now Otanga a solid guy no a big guy top guy and the man House of Folk e won finfin and House of Folk elusu Otanga so now House of Folk expect say ombenya an established defensive midfielder that's the reason why na House of Folk ni abre Kasim Razak of Olympics so that's the reason why e tire no many abre Tenedu so mo pe Tenedu e tire mpo krom sa ko Legon Cities ekope Alidu Mohammed de no ni Tenedu bo double pivot no bo menya and House of Folk decide say any ombeko lower tier no makwa akwa Collins na ba by Collins by no kwaku me de mani ahwa akra no me family ni hwe Collins nkra ma twa ne be 4-5 times me wo stadium a me hu Collins na obobo oye sa defensive midfielders na say ye bobo ni nyina na wo hwe ball na unhu no ba wo concentrate on Collins nkwa na hu se ball no obobo no enti among House of Folk defensive midfielders no me de me hu ne say o stand tall oye solid Collins about the defensive midfield role for House of Folk ono no was throw saying defensive midfielders or more has then over the central midfielders and the offensive midfielders House of Folk use Ramsey but unfortunately for Accra House of Folk Ramsey out of this game and I'm the catcher say Ramsey akwa kopra ne hamstring ni injury na sa akwa bebiem enti Ramsey ensia kan anomo Hussein Alonso Mohammed Hussein was the central and the offensive midfield area for us Martin Kakari wo ho ana set to say onim say among these players our more the offensive zone for us you know and in terms of quality in terms of experience about top talent and set to say by set to say nyam peke wo House of Folk Martin Kakari this season injuries hano on peke ye and among the offensive players you know they one perform this season pano Hussein Mohammed Alonso the central and the offensive zone for House of Folk midfielders so more pretty was South no player because this season the performance our Stropano our available for selection no Hussein and to check House of Folk DM and almost central midfield and offensive midfielders kwakumeyi Abrante defensive Hussein ne Collinson this season so far sa 2 players midfielders no o impress him has then over Kotoko defensive midfielders no Justice Blay Tenedu ana chedwam na so abo hobi sa 3 players no kwakumeme nkasa bebiri wo ho eba DM a emfa ho sa Justice Blay ni energy level na drop kakra no the best DM of Kotoko available Abrante defensive Justice Blay we enye kasa mi here statistics impokra to back this ye ka defensive midfield role de oti ase de otimi boss or form na onya onide obetima ma that still e wo mfimfin yo obetima mo bi mfimfin o de ama o the stability ne balance abeba Justice Blay Tenedu a very good player o ma Tenedu opportunity obe perform chedwam na obebo by DM role no assistance now Justice Blay wo Kotoko afem about the central and the attacking midfield of Kotoko ubenya Andrew Sintimenu this season pretty more of a boss to boss and a central midfielder for Kotoko ubenya Emmanuel Nchi utimi operate as an attacking midfielder than as a central midfielder. No ababenya Baba Yahaya as the attacking midfielder for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. To be honest with you, recently na Andrew Sintim a performance never form. By Andrew Sintim this season, Kotoko players ma perform very well. Hubi. Nanse na abeka se performance ni energy level na droppy. Emmanuel Nchi expectation na was throw or ye recently wa droppy. Baba Yahaya undoubtedly Kotoko best creative player as it stands now. Enti Kotoko eba omo midfield na Meyi Blay, Andrew Sintim and Baba Yahaya. ɛwɔ midfield no so me combine has ne kotoko midfield ni nyina na akwaku me combine no mo no we mu na me yiye
okay
Justice Blay Andrew Sintim Hussein Mohammed Alonso Anna Baba Yahaya.
So 4 midfielders.
Yes.
Blay, Hussein, Baba Yahya, Andrews in team.
Yeah.
Whoa. And see, in terms of midfield, you know, Kotoko Miensa had to folk back.
Yeah.
Biggie.
Koku Mamisha here from hard to folk player na me expect ya na sen kaminya na nko ye part of this particular 4-man midfielder make us kwame you know Abranti friend is Theophilus Collins, to be honest. He's been a very good performer for hard to folk. So hard to folk players from about the defensive midfield role in recent times. Ubenyo Obiti say Benjamin Afutukote. The kind of quality performance I know they might have to folk. That kind of stability I'll be here from a defensive midfielder. The kind of shield I was a defensive midfielder. I demand the midfield. Not linking very well between the defense and then the attack. You know, you are going to get it from such a player. On only few on now call, you know. Had to folk in the Nemwa. On Benya Glido Tangam Vomo. He was like a machine in the midfield for hard to folk. Everywhere I was parking that dirty tackles. I was a player here. And the Boamani team is staying in the game. He's always going to be there doing it. It's already the kind of level that these two players are muding. And the defensive midfield role of hard to folk in recent times. Now it is will be Banny a friend of Collinson. No for a lower division team and a airbar. But when he got the opportunity to feature for hard to folk, or Chirama who say, there are a lot of players who are hungry for success, who are hungry to show the world what is in them from the lower division. All they need is that opportunity. And Omaye who say hard to folk on them, a people free as your Baba excel very well. It was also about Baba Bonwa excel. He stepped in, played very well for hard to folk consistently at a point. Or I say, oh, Bobo Park, and so a better one say, and the player we no more find if you lower division and so they buy. Collinson is that man who has done extremely well for hard to folk this particular season in the defensive midfield role. But then again, whenever we are comparing two things, I will say we back, and that is where the problem is. We are comparing the defensive midfield role of hard to folk to that of KOTOKO. Yeah, KOTOKO Diana, why I na yeka, Justice Blay. He is the man who stands in as a defensive midfielder for Kumasi Asante KOTOKO. He needs no introduction. Justice Blay is in that class of those midfielders. Amidi Kambo Mudin. So Bomber had to focus in recent years on Mobo Homodeno and Futu Courtinum, Glido Tanganum, quality defensive midfielder. The person on about this particular season has been in team menu and he has been very solid. That kind of partnership, Collinson has been super, he's been good, very, very good for her to folk this particular season in the Ghana Premier League. But whenever we are comparing two things, there's so Ibako, and so therefore, may Justice Blay for that particular position. Now, the partner in team menu, and so Eddie Akanoho, Hussein, another player who has defied all odds our Ghana Premier League, and Pain be bring expect to say. Player or established player who ding league new and hats in Kotoko metal. Now buy and now hit the ground running. But a brand tenant to watch say the piano and yet dean kwane buy betting me about Debbie. Almost so quality. Just give them the opportunity and they are going to deliver. He's just like Collinson from nowhere. Nobody expected say Obama be take over the Ghana Premier League. I'm about the kind of football I to the stand say and a national team collapse. The handlers of the national teams, Pedin, Naya from the called Black Stars, the senior national team Mama could see a Kanya. A brand here friend say Hussein, Omuboni Din, Edin home como that alone. Actually, the kind of quality a brand here possesses any more than our ball, and the Yamaha had to for this season our Ghana Premier League anymore. It's the also back to case our box, no, many kwame by 100%. Now for the creative role, no, and after the friend said number 10, and after offensive midfield role in there. Player and can be expected you didn't come over, you didn't be set or say. But me know me be dance set or say buy no, a bar had to focus no. Performance I nim set or say what dine do Ghana Premier League in pain, you won't have performance in set or say. It's between on only Baba straight away. I am going to go for Baba. It's either 4 make us a man midfield. Kwame a year no, menene 100%. If he be anyone.
Okay. Enti so far egusu a ye pimko nyame adumu a ye be with the attackers na afi ye good to go enti sa
fedi yetimi nya kwan ewura game nim pa on Saturday
nyame adumu a ko ye memenda ye wura game ni mu yie pa
on Saturday
right